Hi guys, and welcome back on my motherland stuff. Today we're going to be talking about auction, right? We add product, and it's like it can be a new product or it can be a used product. If used and you want to sell it out, you don't want to keep it anymore, or you bought it from somewhere and you didn't use it and you want to sell it out, or you bought it and people cannot change it for you, but it's not what you wanted at first, right? And you want to sell it out and you put it on auction, right? So auction can be done online or at a physical place, but here we are online, right? So if you want to put a product on auction, it's the same process, right? And by the way, let me tell you that those options here, you have catalog, virtual, downloadable. Okay, catalog is when you decide to put the product to display it. When your somebody go on your shop, you can display a list of product in the catalog, right? When the person go on the catalog, you can see the list of your products, right? If you click, you choose catalog. Virtual is if it's like a movie or something and so on. Okay, you choose it if that the article you're selling is a movie or a tutorial you're selling. Okay, you click virtual, right? If it's a downloadable thing, okay, like a file, and so you click this one also. So we cover that later, like as a promise. Okay, right now we're talking about auction, right? So you write down the name, the title of the product you're auctioning, and put the picture, you add the more picture you want, description, the categories, the long description. Obviously, we talk about the tag to let people to find you by search, and so the show visibility, and so the shipping is the same as what we've covered before. The attribute is okay if you have different products you are auctioning. Okay, you can write the attributes, right? And the link is about also upsell, cross sell, so that we've talked about it. Product policy, advanced, same as what we've talked about before. But now, what is special here is auction, how it works. First, if the item you're selling is new, then you come here and leave it at new. Okay, that way you can pay default, right? But if it is not, then you have to choose used. Okay, when you choose used, you have to make sure to talk about it. When you're writing a description, you have to write in. If you are using it for 2 years or 1 week and so on, you have to mention it, okay? But when it's new, you don't need to. So let's say it's used. Sorry, it's new. So for the next option, you have to define the type of auction you are doing. We have two types of auction. We have a normal one, a normal one which means you put your stuff online and then people come and bid it. So how does it bid it? Okay, people come and say, okay, I want to buy this price, I want to buy that price. Okay, and they compare it. They're gonna compare it to get the price. Okay, and the winner get the product, right? The winner get the product. Somebody who have proposed a good price, okay, then get the product. But the difference with reverse price is like you put your product online and then customer come and say, okay, I want to buy 100. Another one come and say, okay, I want to buy it 150. They have the option to say whatever they want, right? They have the option to say whatever they want. But with the normal one, they can't. You say, for example, have a product I want to sell. So it starts from, you can say 100. So somebody will come, he won't know what the other person have said. He just come and say, okay, I propose. Okay, you may define how it's increased, right? You can say, I want to pay 110. Somebody will come, I want to pay it 120. Somebody will say, I want to pay 150, and so and so and so. And when the auction ends, because it have time, right, to finish. When the auction ends, okay, then the winner get it, right? The winner get it. Somebody who had proposed you a high price win the auction. But reverse one, with the reverse one, customer come, you put your price, but customer they come there and say, no, uh, maybe you say 100, you want to sell 100, the guy can say, okay, uh, will you like 99? Or will you like 120? And you discuss. If it's good for you, then you conclude automatically. You don't need to wait for people to bid and so and so. So at the same time, you can still choose a reverse. You can choose a reverse auction time and allow people to bid. People maybe have been bidding, and then when somebody come and propose that, okay, I have this one, I have 150. Do you want? Maybe the bidding will be moving. It was 120, and somebody come and say, okay, I want it at 150. Do you agree? You have the option to communicate with you with the reverse option time. You know, he can send you a mail or he can call you, the seller, you know, to conclude. Okay, 150. Then everything is done. But if it is the normal one, he can't. The customer cannot contact the seller. Okay, he have to win or lose, right? So that's how it works. So let us leave it at normal one, right? Okay, now come the proxy bidding. If you choose the proxy bidding, what does that mean? It means that you allow a customer, okay, you allow a customer to come online and define, okay, he just run right down, or sometimes some people call, okay, he can contact you and say, okay, this, you can contact the seller, I want to say, okay, your product, you are selling it at 100, right? Now, I'm proposing 150. So when people bid and nobody reach that 150, and so nobody reach that 150, okay, you tell me, I'll get it. Okay, so you discuss with the seller when you're doing the proxy bidding. So when people are bidding, okay, and it reach your 150 as a customer, then the product is yours, right? The product is yours. So, but with the number, if you in check it, it means what? The process go on normally. It's like nobody contact the seller, nobody have any other unusual thing to do. Your good is 100. Every time people go, okay, the first customer is proposing 120. Okay, I'm proposing 125. Another person will come and say I'm proposing 130, and so and so and so. But don't worry, the process bidding will come. We do a kind of tutorial, especially for the process bidding, give more detail. But many people don't like that, right? But let's continue. So in an auction, right? During an auction, you have to define a starting price. Like I would say 100, your article you can say to attract people, right? Maybe an item of 20,000 RMB. You can say, okay, I start my bidding from 100. And so when customers see that first online, they're going to see, oh, like a golden, let's say a golden chain, and he see 100. Oh, what is that? Is it a fake? And so he's interested. Then he go and check. And then he noticed that is an auction. But he still worried. Then he say, oh, an auction starting from 100. Let's try if I can win something. Nobody knows. So you have to define it here. Okay, you have to define it here by writing the price. You can see 100. You start from 100. Then, so bid up. Bid up is mean when people want to bid. Okay, you can only bid. You can say, okay, 100. Okay, because it's a golden chain. You can say good. If you want to bid, you can say, okay, you can only propose 50. You cannot say, okay, I add one, I add 20. No, you have to be 50. You can also say, okay, good. You can also define your bid up at 100 or 200. It's up to you. Somebody who come to propose, you can say 500. Why not? So it means you start the price at 100, right? So the first people who come because it's an expensive thing, you can say 500. I added 500. So in total, it's 600. So it's up to you. You can define it, right? Like you define the startup is 100, then you can say the bidder have to be 500. Okay, then you start from 500. So somebody who come to add any price, he have to be 500 up, not less. If you add up 300, the system will reject it. You can also decide 50, right? So if somebody come and add 40, it's gonna reject it, right? That's how it works. So bid up. So the reverse price. The reverse price here, okay, is you as seller, the price you're willing to give your product. So imagine that you start from 100, but you want to sell normally the product at 300, right? So you're gonna reverse the price at 300. So if somebody bid that they didn't reach the reverse price, the system will say if the auction ended, you're gonna say sorry, you haven't reached the reverse price. And usually it don't show the reverse price to the customer. Otherwise they will know, right? They will know and try to play game and then it's so it doesn't show it. So the reverse price is the price. You can say here, for example, 600 RMB. So when the bid, people bid, you can put this to 50, right? People bid, and at the end, the winner was the price the winner was proposing was, let's say, 400, right? So 400, but it didn't reach the reserve price. Then you weren't gonna sell it to him, right? He didn't wait. So the project will start again based on how you define your ocean process, right? So let's move on. Now we got the buy it now. Usually the buy it now price is lower than the reverse price. Okay, you can say okay, reverse price 600, right? Or I'm making a mistake. It's like okay, when bid exceeds the buy now price for normal auction is lower than the reverse auction, right? So that's what I was saying. Okay, usually it's lower, right? So your reserve price is 600, but you can say, okay, buy it now. Okay, it's mean you don't do biddings and so and so. Buy it now at 500, right? So it's mean what? People are bidding. Okay, and you come. Maybe they bid to 30. If sorry, 300. Okay, you really want the stuff, right? It's taking time. Then you're just gonna say, okay, I buy it now, bam. So you stop the auction. So you buy and pay the money, then the customer is going to give you the product. But the reverse price is people bid, but if they didn't reach 600, then at the end of the auction, nobody wins. So the system is going to restart again. Okay, so that is exactly how it works. Now here you define the auction date. So it starts from, maybe you can say you start from now. You can say you start from tomorrow, and so and if you want, you can also define the time. You should start the time, the hour, the minute is up to you. Okay. If you want it to start right now at the same time when you finish to list the product, you click on now, right? That's how you work. And it ends, okay, you also define the date is end. Okay, here you change the dates, September, and so, right? Good. Now let's go a little bit down. Here we got the auction automatically released. So that's how it works. Your auction goes on, nobody win, and so on. If you click this, okay, if you click this option, then the system will release it automatically. It means everything will start from zero and then it will continue the process. But if it didn't, then when it ends, nobody win, then it won't release it. No auction anymore is going on. But if you want it to release, and go on and go, you just need to check this one. Okay. Now down we have release if fail after n hours. You can define, okay, automatically release, right? Just when if you didn't define anything here, it's gone up. Normally, it finished and it's released by himself. But you want to be precise. You can say if it failed after n hours. You can say for example, n hours. For example, you can define 1 hour. Imagine your auction, okay, goes on, okay. For example, then you define the date from today to tomorrow, right? And then nobody win. This means the auction fail, nobody win. So you can ask the system to wait till 1 hour, okay, and release it again. But if you didn't, it will release it automatically. But if you define here by putting in C, you can increase it here, right? 1 hour, 2 hour if you want, right? So imagine the auction fail. Nobody fail is being nobody win. So the system will wait till 1 hour, what the hour you define, and release it automatically. Now, there is another option. Release if not paid after an hour. Imagine, you have some people, they beat, and then win. So you're waiting for the payment. The system is waiting for the payment so that you can deliver the goods, right? So they don't pay. Some people can wait 2 hours, 2 days, 1 day, 1 week. They won't pay you, because they need to pay before they send the good. So you can also define in your system that if it finished, but the winner didn't pay money after 2 hours or 3 hours or 5 hours, to release the auction automatically. So you define it here. So you can put 24 hours, you can put 5 hours, and so and so and so, right? And you can come here and specify the release auction duration in hours, right? You put it just right in here. If you want 10 hours, 5 hours, okay, you put it there, then the auction will be released. Okay, so you have those three different options. If, of course, you have checked the automatic release. So, guys, that is how the auction works. That's how the auction works, right? So, we'll come later and talk more about the proxy bidding, okay, so that you guys can understand. So as I was telling you, you can choose to do a reverse, and I've told you what the reverse is about, okay, and we have chosen to use the normal one to explain to you more. So it's up to you, okay, as a seller. You can choose a normal or a reverse option, a type of auction, right? We have talked about what is reverse and what is normal, right? Bidding, the proxy bidding, we have talked also a little bit about it, but we'll talk more about it later. Now, new, I told you, when you're doing auction, you can choose to list new or used products. So it's mean what? It's mean on our platform you can sell your new stuff as your used stuff. Okay, so that is it. That was the end of this tutorial. My name is Edmund from Mymotherland. Thank you for listening. We'll keep in touch for the next topic. Thanks. Ciao.